Do you struggle with achieving your desired results? Do you feel stuck? Would you like to unlock the secrets of maximizing your impact with minimal effort? Well, stick around because this video is for you. Hello everyone. Today I want to take a moment and talk about something that you'll all be familiar with, but perhaps never considered where it came from, or how to use it to your advantage. In 1848, someone was born who influenced industries across the globe for all time. These were industries that he could have never dreamed of at the time. Vilfredo Pareto was incredibly smart, and during his life he worked as an engineer, a sociologist, an economist, a political scientist, and even a philosopher. But probably most important, he was the father of something I guarantee you've all heard of: the 80-20 rule. The Pareto principle, as it would later be known, was originally identified by Pareto when he was researching the distribution of wealth in Italy. Basically, his research essentially showed that 20% of the people held about 80% of the wealth. In later years, this was proven true in most countries and cultures throughout the world. While those ratios may have deviated slightly, the rule held. Over the course of history, that rule has proven to apply to most things that we encounter in life. For example, 80% of healthcare resources are used by 20% of patients. In sports, 80% of results come from 20% of the players. Microsoft even found that 80% of errors and crashes were caused by 20% of reported software bugs. So based on that information, they upended their entire model and implemented a process to address the top 20% of bugs and errors first, which then corresponded with a dramatic reduction in support calls, which obviously was incredibly beneficial for them. This actually applies in most areas of business. For example, 80% of customer complaints typically arise from 20% of products and services. 80% of your profits also typically come from about 20% of your products and services. And about 80% of your total company revenue is actually produced, on average, by about 20% of your employees. So Timothy Ferris, author of the book The 4-Hour Workweek, said that he identified the top 20% of his customers by revenue and the top 20% of complaint customers. What he found is that some of the most time-consuming complaint customers were actually bringing in relatively low amounts of revenue. So what was his solution? He fired them. Yes, he fired his own customers. And he devoted that time and energy to other customers where it could have a much higher impact for his organization. So as you think about the 80-20 rule, how can you use that information to your advantage personally and as a leader? Well, you could use it in the way Timothy Ferris did, to make decisions on which customers to keep and which to get rid of. But you can also use it to help you improve your results through increased productivity and improved leadership. No matter your position in an organization, whether you're an employee or the CEO, if you want to achieve more focused success, sit down and do this. Make a list of all the activities that you do in a typical day, no matter how important or unimportant you consider them. Next, go back through that list and rank them starting at 1 and going as high as you need to, with 1 being the activity that will have the largest impact on long-term success. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take the top 20% of that list and post them somewhere in your workspace where you will see them every day. Then make a promise to yourself to complete those activities before lunch every single workday for the next 30 days. Block out time to do it if you need to. Lastly, go through the remaining 80% and put an E next to the things you believe can be eliminated entirely. I guarantee you there will be some things that are on there. And also put a D next to the things that could be delegated to someone else on your team, then act accordingly. Your top 20% activities will continue to change over time. So at the end of 30 days, go back and do the exercise again. Do this every month for 1 quarter. Then after 1 quarter, just begin reassessing them once every quarter, following your quarterly goal setting. By completing these activities first each day, You'll begin to achieve your goals more quickly. You'll soon realize that the other 80% of activities are not near as important to your success as you once thought they were. You want to have an even larger impact than that? Take what you've learned here and do the same exercise with your entire team. Imagine if everyone on your team truly understood which things were driving the biggest results and focused on completing those things first every single day. With everyone on board, it would mean that your entire team is on their way to securing 80% of their results with just those few things. If you'd like more insights on leadership, check out the blog on my website at beindispensable.com. There you can also learn about my company's services, how to book me as a speaker for your next event, and how to get your hands on my book, The Indispensable Leader. That website again is beindispensable.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn by searching for my name, Darby Veneer. By making this top 20% process a consistent practice, you will continue to evolve your list to match your most important priorities and achieve the success you've been striving for. Have a spectacular day.